Making a video game is all about creative problem solving. So if I'm making a game that has dialogue, the problem is just how do I show that dialogue to the player? In my first iteration of a dialogue setup, I had these little text boxes above the characters like this, but the problem was that I couldn't fit a bunch of text onto them, and there wasn't really an easy way for a player to choose a response. In my second iteration of the dialogue system, I made the text box way bigger so you can fit a lot more text into it. And now there's also a sprite of the character who's talking so you can see them up close. And there's room for dialogue options so the player can choose responses. But y'all pointed out a new problem. Now the text box covers the characters who are actually talking, so time for more creative problem solving. Option 1 would be to just ignore it. I mean, Stardew Valley has kind of a similar approach. They put the dialogue on the bottom of the screen, so if you're walking too close near the bottom of the screen, like here when I approach Maru, the dialogue box will just cover the character. So it happens. Now, the game usually gets around this by keeping the character centered, so that can be our option too. Maybe when dialogue starts, we just force the camera to center the character, even if it ends up putting a little blank space on the bottom. Or third option, we just add more street below where Trash Rat is so we can comfortably keep the player character and Trash Rat centered. All of these options would solve our problem, but that brings me to another important part of game development: time management. When you're making a game by yourself, you can't let perfect be the enemy of good or even be the enemy of getting it done. So all these ideas are going on my backlog, and I will revisit them to make it feel more polished once the rest of the game actually runs. Let me know what you think.